Isn't that exciting? It's fun, huh?
You ready?
Not yet, but we will be. Yeah, this camp's been good so far, and we're getting better, and it's an exciting first game. It's a big opportunity for us, so we're excited.
You guys are ranked 8th in the country, highest ever you've been ranked in the preseason. Expectations, man. You haven't had those here like this before.
No, but isn't that good? You know, like when we took this job and there was no expectations, that was no fun. When the player or the fans and even the players they were just content with a couple wins a year and they were just hoping to compete, that was no fun. We want some pressure. I promise you the coaches put more pressure on ourselves than the fans do, and that's what we want. We want to be good. We don't want to be mediocre. We don't want low expectations.
Second half of the season, people started noticing you a little bit more last year, and you had a little target on your back. You guys handled that pretty well. Are you excited, anxious to see how these guys handle success now?
Absolutely. You know, we got to a point after that Southern Utah loss last year where I basically told the players, okay, we have to go undefeated from here on out. To assure ourselves a guaranteed spot in the playoffs, we have to go undefeated. And we did. We won every game until the James Madison game, and that pressure is part of college football.
Yeah. And your guys coming back that experienced that and that success with that challenge, you got to be just pumped to see what they do now.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how we fill those couple holes that we lost from last year's team. I'm excited to see how the 2018 team responds to the adversity that we will face this year. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of question marks still. Yeah. This team has done nothing yet.
All right, let's talk about the major hole that you can see. Quarterback, Stephen Cantwell gone. Who's your guy?
Well, right now we have 3 guys battling it out, and I'm not willing to name a guy just yet. I want to continue to see how they fight and claw and dig through just what we talked about, through the adversity they'll continue to face for the next week. I want to see who's going to continue to step up as that leader.
And who are they that are competing?
Well, right now, Jake Constantine was a transfer from Boise State. He looks good right now. Caden Jenks looks really good. He's a redshirt freshman that was in our program last year. Those guys look real good. Rathan Reisdorf hurt a hamstring. He was battling with them. And then Braden Miles, who was in the mix in the spring, has done a nice job too. So we still have a couple guys battling. Some are ahead of others, but I want to continue to see how it plays out.
What's the other main hole that you have to fill? Besides, tight end.
Well, we lost probably
Baller.
The 2 best tight ends in FCS football last year, or 2 of the best, and 2 of the best in the country, in my opinion. So that's something that we're looking at, is how we continue to fill that hole. But we have basically our entire offensive line back. We have our runners back. We have a lot of our receivers back. So we're solid around those groups. And then we lost our 2 corners.
Yeah, you're All-American.
Yep. So we've got to fill some holes there, and then we lost McKay Murphy and Carden Malin on the D-line. But other than that, we've got a lot of pieces back.
And you lost a coach. You got to run your offense.
Yeah, we
did.
To
that team from in the blue down there.
I know. You believe BYU? Kalani keeps taking all my coaches. But I'm happy for BYU because they got 2 darn good coaches, Preston Hadley and Fesi Sitake. Those guys did a great job for me, and I'm excited to watch them coach down there.
Would skyrocketing expectations be a little too strong of a term for the Wildcats this season?
No, I don't think it's too high of a term, just because, like I said, there's high expectations that we hold for ourselves, and I don't want to compare us to like an Alabama or Ohio State or anything.
Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is those teams know going into the season they can't lose more than 1 game and still get in the playoffs. And so it's not really the expectations as much as it is just the reality that you can't lose more than 1 game. And we're kind of in the same boat. If we want to be a team that gets a bye in the playoffs, we can't lose more than 1 game. Yeah. And it's not about beating last year or finishing higher than we did last year. It's about getting where we ultimately want to be, and that's with a bye in the playoffs and being one of those top 8 teams in the country. You just can't lose more than once.
That's a lot of pressure you're putting on your guys to only lose 1 game, if that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's the system, it's the model that puts that pressure on them. And like I say, every team in the country has that if they want to finish in those top teams.
Coach Saban, it's been a pleasure talking to you about the Alabama Pro.
Don't do that.
Coach Hill. Well, you want to be there where they're at.
Well, we do.